What is up everyone, Clayton here, and today we're back with another Elder Scrolls Online video. We are going to be calling this Elder Scrolls Online Wednesday because I'm going to upload an Elder Scrolls Online video every Wednesday, and that's kind of the plan. We are actually veteran rank on this character now, so we're going through a veteran level dungeon. We are doing the Wayrest sewers on veteran rank. My character is VR2, so we're not close to VR16 yet. I'm not really putting a lot of time into it because they're getting rid of veteran ranks. So there's no point of really getting myself up and worrying about getting VR16. So I made some gear on my character, so he's actually pretty decent. And in a little bit I'll go over my skills, but I want to tell you guys about the gear real quick. And once again, we're going with my Magicka Nightblade because this is kind of my new main character, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So for the weapons and armor, it sounds like a Skyrim build, but for the armor, I'm running 2 Torgs Pact. This gives me spell damage. The rest of the passives for that, if I would get 3 or 4, are mostly tanky. They give me health and resistances. So I just got it for the spell damage, which is pretty good. And for the other 5 pieces of my armor, I'm actually running Seducers. And Seducers gives me magic recovery for the, I think it's the 2 and 4 piece set. And then for 3 piece, I get max magic. And for 5 piece, I get abilities are reduced costs by 8%, which is pretty good. And really, I only run out of Magicka a couple times in this dungeon, and it's mostly when I run a very long fight. So it's really good. I really like it so far. I'm running 5 light, 2 heavy armor. I should probably be running 1 heavy and 1 medium, but I don't have enough traits on any of my medium armor stuff because I'm focusing on light armor to be able to actually get enough traits and craft the sets, because I think I need 3 traits, and I don't have any on my medium armor pieces, so that kind of sucks. Oh yeah, and I'm also using Tri-Stat Food for VR2, and I think I had like almost 4k Magicka when I'm scaled the VR16, and I have about 20k health when I'm scaled the VR16, so it's a pretty good. I like where my numbers are. My spell damage is a little bit low, but that's bound to happen. I'll just have to get more sets to give me more spell damage. So since we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about our skill bars. So the first skill bar is our Destruction Staff, like always. And on that we have Enter Light. This gives us Match Magicka, and I think it gives us Spell Critical. I think it's what it gives. And I'll put it on the screen here like I did in the last video, or a little brief description of each of the skills, so that way you guys know. And for our second ability, besides Inner Light, is, let's see the name of it real quick because it slips my mind. Merciless Resolve. So this one's pretty cool. It increases our damage when we cast it, and if we do 4 auto attacks while it's running, I think it's like 20 seconds, we get a Spectral Bow to fire, which does a ton of damage. So pretty much, if I light weave in between my my funnel health, which is my spammable ability, I can get this up in 4 auto attacks and do tons of damage to the person. Then with our third ability, we have Funnel Health, which we changed from Siphoning. I think it's, what is it? Swallow Soul. We changed it from Swallow Soul to Funnel Health. The only difference is that Funnel Health actually heals an ally when you cast it, and the heal is instant. I think it's instant, or it might be over time, but you also give it to an ally. I think that's what it is. I'll make sure to put it on the screen here because I don't remember 100% what all my abilities do. But that's what that one does instead, and the other one, Swallow Soul, actually just gives us, when it has slotted, we get 8% more healing on us, which is pretty good, but I don't think it's very important. For our fourth ability, we have Crippling Grasp. Holy crap, I have a hard time saying that. And that's just our damage over time. We try to put it on them as much as we can, and refresh it when we can. And then our fifth ability for our Destruction Staff is Impale. Impale just assassinates them when they're low, or executes them when they're low. So when they're below, I think it's 25% health, they take 300% increased damage. So that's kind of what I spam when I get a boss low or anyone really low.
Sir, what's going on?
So before we go about our second bar, we're actually here to our first boss, and since this is veteran rank, the bosses are actually have cool little effects with them. So pretty much with this one, if someone gets entangled by the harvester, you have to go to one of those 2 altars, and then doing that will release your ally. Also, she'll throw these blue things on the ground, and it'll do damage to you, so you don't want to stand in it. But right now, you can see to the right that one of our allies was actually floating in the air. You can kind of see him there. And I ran into the altar in freedom, and my other ally freedom as well. So that way he doesn't get wiped. And I think you like have damage over time on you when you have that. So if they don't immediately help you, you will die. And it kind of just throws off the whole entire game plan. But right here, I'm doing okay DPS. I have about 6k. I'm still not good with my rotation yet. And I miss a lot of my, like, when I need to use my buffs and debuffs on them. So I just gotta get used to that. And the Spectral Bow does so much damage. But right here, so I'm getting attacked, but no one helps me. Only one person frees me. And I'm just trying to spam a potion here. But I died. To, I guess, really no fault of my own. None of my allies actually saved me before I died. And that's kind of what happened. I think he does resurrect me, and we're good to go. But it kind of sucked. I was really pissed off, and I was like, wow, this dungeon's gonna go great, because you know I freed my ally, but my ally couldn't even free myself. I was like, what the hell, man? But yeah, look at this, 18,000 crit on that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good damage. But 11,000 non-crit and 18,000 crit, pretty good. So that is this first boss here, and we actually get a pretty good dagger off of it. So let's go ahead and talk about our restoration bar now, since we are done with that boss. So our restoration bar also has Inner Light. Inner Light is really good because it gives match Magicka, like I said before. We actually switched out to Refreshing Path for Twisting Path. I don't really think I need the AoE heal from Refreshing Path, since my Sap Essence actually gives me an AoE heal. So I did Twisted Path, which just gives me more damage, and it shoots out a corridor, so I try to have that up in these like trash camps. You can see me using it. I pretty much only use my resto bar when I'm doing trash pulls, and I just use Twisting Path on top of Sap Essence. So Sap Essence is my way that I get more spell damage. When I cast it, I get spell damage for hitting people for 20 seconds, and I also deal damage, and it's really good, and it heals people in an area around us. Our fourth ability is Reaper's Mark, and when we do this, it lowers their physical and spell resistance, and if we kill someone with the mark on it, we get Minor Berserk, which increases our damage, and we also gain health back, a lot of health. So it's really good, and if you just use it on like a little weak character, and then you kill him, you get a major damage boost, so recommend using that. And we're doing a boss right here, but I'll explain it after we get done with Siphoning Attacks, which is our last ability. Siphoning Attacks is just when we use it, we get a passive restoring of Magicka and stamina when we auto attack. So this guy we actually wiped the first time we did it. Pretty much what he does is he fears people, and on their path away, they do fire around us, and you can see the fire all over the room. And pretty much our tank immediately got killed by the flames, and we had to restart. And right here, I just realized I don't have Veil of Blades as my ultimate equipped. And I also forgot to talk about my ultimates. So my ultimate on my Destruction Staff is Veil of Blades. This increases my resist. This decreases the damage I take. Does damage to the person in it, all the enemies in it. Allies can activate it to gain a bunch of health back, and also slows people. So it's really good. And Soul Tether is an AoE thing around me that tethers me to enemies, and I drain their health. And it's really good against these giant zombie camps. Look at all these zombies. I'm getting up to I had 50k DPS there, because there was so many zombies, and my AoE is so good with this character. And yeah, that's pretty much my ultimates. And if you guys have watched this before, you kind of know my rotation, and you can kind of see it what I've been doing. So pretty much I'm just trying to get my buffs on me as much as I can. So what I want to be using is I want to Reaper's Mark something, preferably a weak character, that way I can get that damage boost I talked about. I also want to get Siphoning Strikes up, which isn't very important, but it's good to have. And I pretty much just throw out Twisting Path, get Sap Essence so I have the spell damage, and then put Crippling Grasp on them for the damage over time. Use my Tool ability, which gives me more damage, and then just use my Funnel Health. And then the Funnel Health is pretty much my damage, and I try to weave some auto attacks in between. So like right here, I used Twisting Path, got all my buffs up, Sap Essence to get my spell damage, use Crippling Grasp, use my 2 ability, I did not use it, and now I did, and now I have the Spectral Bow, as you can see there, I used it, and I just want to have all those buffs up as much as I can, and just do as much damage as I can. The Spectral Bow does a lot of damage, like I think I've got it crit for like 15,000, which is pretty good when it's not an execute. And this is pretty much the whole build. I've been getting decent numbers with it, and like I said, I'm not good per se at this game. So when I'm getting about 7 to 8k damage per second, I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. And as I get more experience with this build, I think I can get up to 10,000 if I just get good, and also if I get some better armor. But yeah, so this guy is a new boss we haven't fought yet, and he pretty much is pretty easy. He brings these soul anchors out of the ground, make sure to dodge them. He also spawns these ghouls, so pretty much what I do is I try to put my ult down and try to get as many of them in it as I can. I should probably be standing in the ult because it actually reduces the damage I take, but whatever. And I'm doing okay DPS, about 8,000, so I think that's pretty good. And I've been trying to keep all my debuffs on him as much as I can. And like as soon as he hits 25% health, I just assassinate him. And I'm not really sure what this is. It seems like when he's siphoning health from us like that, he can't get hit by damage. Which is what I found. No one really talked in this group, so I think they kind of assumed everyone knew what they were doing. But yeah, as soon as we like tried to hit him when he was using that blue stuff, we couldn't do damage to him. So I think you guys might want to just try to self-heal yourself when you do that, and that way you don't actually get hit. And I don't know if I said, but I'm actually using Tri-Stat Food. This increases my Magicka health and stamina, and I'm getting about 40k Magicka, 20k health. I don't remember. I've tried to record this like twice and I failed, so I'm trying to remember what I actually said. And look at this DPS, man. 24k DPS, man. I'm so good at this game. It's just no, these zombie groups. Like I feel like if you could get people into this place when you're low levels and just run around killing the hordes of zombies, you could gain so much XP because there's probably like 20 to 30 zombies per group, and it's ridiculous. I really like Wayrest sewers. It's a level 1 to 15 dungeon, so I think it's supposed to be pretty easy, but I have a lot of fun with it. So we got another pseudo boss. I don't think they have anything really like important with them besides their large amount of health. And pretty much what I'm doing again is keeping Crippling Grasp on them, making sure I have my spell damage increase with Sap Essence, and just funnel healthing them down. We actually do get someone killed in this, which kind of sucks, but things happen. And I guess I never really talked about what each class is. I don't remember what. I think we have a Sork, I think we have a DK, and I think we have a Templar. The DK is our tank, the Templar is our healer, and I think the Sorcerer, I can't remember, but I thought it was weird, but I think the Sorcerer is actually a Stamina Sorcerer. Yeah, they have dual wield, which if I ever make a new character, I'll probably make a Stam Sorcerer, because they just seem so weird to me, because Sorcerers seem like a totally Magicka-based class. But that's why I kind of like playing Nightblade Magicka, because when you think of like a Nightblade, you kind of think of more of a sneaky, like blade, bow type character. And I really like playing as like a pure mage with them. And here we are just clearing out ads. There's a lot of just ads. And the whole story with this place is like a guy is trying to like save his kids or something. And like he's killing his like own friends and not like really explaining what's going on. And he's helping with these necromancers. So you can kind of assume his kids have died. And he's trying to get them resurrected so they're not so dead. But that's pretty much what's going on. Yeah, and I always forget, like every time I come into one of these places, I never clear out my inventory until like afterwards, because I forget to clear it out before, and then I just have to destroy stuff, and it's ridiculous. And yeah, if I was you guys and I wanted to get through those zombie hordes really quickly and we don't have a lot of AoE, just burn your ultimate on the zombie hordes and get through them. I use Tether, I think it was Tether Soul or whatever it is, on almost every single boss or zombie mob. But I don't have it up right here because I used it on the last mob. So this guy here is our last boss of the game, or this dungeon. And it is kind of weird. We have two bosses, and they kind of fight in tandem. And if you focus one, it gets a shield on them. And I'm not really sure if the shield doesn't like make it so they don't take any damage. It just lowers the damage taken. So I'm not really sure if we're supposed to focus the low one still, or when the shield is on them, we switch to the other one. I kind of just focused on the one. As you can see here, the blue shield is around him. And I'm like, okay, so do we continue on this guy? But our tank and our other guys, and our tank and our healer is like fighting the other one. So I'm not sure which one I'm really supposed to be focusing. And I figured if we were supposed to be killing this one, the tank would be focusing on it, but I'm not sure. Also, they'll spawn these, I guess they're giant bats, which they're pretty easy for me to take down because my sap essence pretty much is perfect for them. I get health back, it heals everyone in our group, and it does AoE damage, and gives me spell damage. So if you guys don't have a lot of AoE, like maybe the dual wielders have an AoE, I can't remember what it's called. Blade Fury? No, that's Hearthstone. Whatever. But if you don't have any AoE, you might have some trouble with this. But if you have a good tank, I don't think you have a problem. Pretty much all your tank needs to do is oh yeah, also a horde of zombies showed up for no reason. And apparently you had to kill these zombies super fast if you wanted to get a special reward if you were doing it, but I wasn't doing it, so it didn't matter. But yeah, if you have a good tank in this, it shouldn't be a problem. Pretty much, yes, if the tank has a range taunt, oh yeah, and my UI decided to say, hey, you should disable some of your add-ons because your UI can't handle it or some shit. But if you have a good tank who can tank this one and also tank the archer, then you're fine. Maybe if they have a ranged ultimate or the ranged taunt, just range taunt the archer and just stay up on the melee one with your sword and shield, and it's super easy, and just let your DPS fight them. And then when you get this, just save your ultimates for this, AoE down these giant bats, and you're good to go. And this is the first part in the entire dungeon where I'm actually having difficulty using or actually running out of Magicka. So the whole entire dungeon I was fine until this point. So my set is pretty good with the 8% reduction of Magicka cost. It's super good. I haven't had a problem with it. But right here, the shield's back on him, and we have both of our DPS fighting him. And I was like, I don't know. Like, do I fight the other guy or do we just kill the one that's low? You know what I mean? Do we just kill the one that's low? We already got him low, so we just keep killing them or what? But I almost go down here because I'm an idiot. I walked up to get sap essence on him to increase my spell damage, but I don't know if it was worth it. But now our other DPS is fighting that guy, so I'm like, should I go help him? Do I stay on this guy? I don't know what's the best thing to do. And if you guys have any like clue on what's the best thing to do here, if I focus the guy with the shield, or if I focus the one without the shield, because I'm pretty sure the one without the shield was almost full health. So I was like, maybe we should just kill the one, and then once that one's dead, we can just focus all of our DPS on the other one. I guess the other one wasn't almost dead. She's about 50% health. But I always focus the melee one when I go through this dungeon. So I don't know if you actually focus the archer if they get the shield as well. That's something I'm going to have to figure out. But we do get this guy below 25% health, so then I'm just kind of buffing myself and putting the damage over time on him, and then just impaling. And as you can see there, like, I'm finally saying, like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't hit this guy, because my impales that were hitting for, like, what were they, 15k, are only hitting for 5k when they crit. But we eventually wither him down a little bit, and then once he's dead, the archer goes down, like, nothing flat. It's, like, super easy to kill this one. And here we go, one more impale, sap essence to get the spell damage. Are we gonna kill him? Are we gonna kill him? Holy shit. Oh god, are we gonna get... and he's dead. But yeah, it's super easy, and then we just turn our attention on this guy. But yeah, that's pretty much this whole dungeon. I really enjoy this dungeon. I'm having a lot of fun with the build. If you guys have any suggestions for this build, make sure to leave them down in the comments. I'm always open to feedback and hearing what you guys have to say about it. Also, if you guys want to add me in place through some dungeons, My ESO name is @HiddenPeter, so just send me an invite. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it. We just go ahead and kill this boss here. And yeah, nothing really going on. We just kind of do the same rotation and get cool stuff at the end. Also, if you guys could get up to 10 likes on this video, I'd really appreciate it. Maybe trying to go for a like goal on every video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like on it, like I said, and leave your suggestions and comments for the build. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and this is Clayton, signing out.
Any of it.